And then I was real impressed when he talked about the military. I don't know, did y'all know that a lot of people that were in the military, they lost their job and was fired because they did not take the vaccine? I did not know that. So all those people that lost their job because they did not take that, you know what? He stated he was going to reinstate them. And not only that, he was going to reinstate them with back pay. How about that? So most of the inauguration is almost over and President Trump has been sworn in, and I want to talk about some of the highlights that I saw that was very important, which pertains to working people and retired people. I want to say this is not a political channel and I am not a political expert, but from time to time I do like to talk about politics because politics affects everybody's lives, especially if you're working, even if you're retired. We need to know what's going on around us. I just think it's very intelligent to know what's happening around you, especially if you're working every day, you're working hard, 40 hours a week, 7 days a week. We all know that politicians, they influence a lot of decisions that happen on the workforce. Politicians make decisions that pertains to minimum wage. We already saw what President Biden just signed, the Social Security Fairness Act, which it directly affect a lot of retired civil servant workers who were not receiving their full Social Security. So some things you just have to pay attention to. I know politics can be very sensitive, but we need to know these things when we go into work every day. So let's talk about some of the highlights that I thought was important for working people that's here in America. President Trump, he made a lot of promises, and I'm not fixing to talk about all of them on here, but I just want to talk about some of them that stood out to me. He made a pledge to the auto workers. He stated he wanted to add extra taxes on cars and car parts coming out of Mexico and Canada. This is supposed to encourage more cars to be made in the United States. And this will help, auto workers secure and maintain their jobs. So I think that's something that will be really good. I hope that it works. You all let me know in the comments, do you all feel like that will work? He also wants to make America more energy efficient. He wants Americans to drill for more oil and gas in the United States. So the goal is to produce more energy and make it cheaper for factories to use. Hopefully, this can create more jobs for Americans. Because, we're going to need more transportation. We're going to need more people drilling for oil. And hopefully that'll create more jobs. I'm not an expert at this, but that's what I'm thinking. It's all to benefit American workers. And we already know about the plans for tariffs. Have y'all been following what tariffs are and how he's going to try to implement more tariffs to make Americans buy more products that are created in the United States? We're going to see if it works. And then I was real impressed when he talked about the military. I don't know, did y'all know that a lot of people that were in the military, they lost their job and was fired because they did not take the vaccine? I did not know that. Or I probably just wasn't paying attention because I was too busy at work. But so all those people that lost their job because they did not take that, you know what? He stated he was going to reinstate them. And not only that, he was going to reinstate them with back pay. How about that? I think that's awesome. Y'all think that's going to happen? I want to see that happen for people. I watched most of the inauguration and he said a lot of things. He made a lot of promises. He talked about Martin Luther King and I really love Martin Luther King. I love what he stood for. I think Dr. Martin Luther King would be let me take a deep breath. I think he would be very proud of us and with all the developments that we have made here in the United States and race relation and production and just how we have grown as a society. But then I think he'll also be sad because we still got a long way to go. There's a lot of racial divide. There's a lot of problems in America with inflation. A lot of people are not able to experience being homeowners. All that Dr. King stood for, we just got a long way to go. And I don't want to get into all of that because I know it's a very sensitive topic for a lot of people, but Dr. Martin Luther King was a great man, and he risked his life to fight for what he believed in. And then I want to talk about this channel. My goal on this channel is to be a safe haven for working people. I like to talk about a lot of things related to working people, retired people, and just bring news and information. Sometimes it may not be directly related to working people, but just things I think that will be relevant for mature people, and just to talk with intelligence. I want to let y'all know I am not an expert when it comes to politics. I'm still learning a whole lot of things, but I feel like you need to know what's going on around you. And that's why I have been talking about it on my channel. But to be honest, I'm only going to talk about politics when it relates to working and retired people. I see a lot of the comments. Anytime I bring up a politician, I see where politics and politicians expose a lot of hate in people. And it's a lot of hate that's deep rooted in them that just comes out in the comments, and you can see it. That's not what I want my channel to be about. I'm 50 years old. I don't have time to direct my energy in addressing comments that are hateful. I know all about division that's here in America. And I don't want to spend my time and my energy talking about things that are hateful. You know what? There's a lot of channels on here that talks about race. They talk about divide. They talk a lot about politics, and then they will welcome comments that are demeaning and causes conflict and divide. That's not my goal on here. My goal is to provide a safe haven for people to talk with intelligence, and you don't have to agree, but you don't have to be hateful either. Like I said, I'm 50 years old. I don't have time to invest my time and energy in entertaining people with hateful hearts. It's enough of that in America. We see it every day, but it won't happen on this channel. I'll give you one chance, but after that, I'm blocking you. I don't give a crap. I don't care about people different opinions or views. But you need to learn how to talk with respect, because we're all adults on here, and there's no need for that hatefulness. I enjoy talking to you all very much. And like I told y'all, I read every comment, but I just see so many hateful comments, and I don't know why politics bring that out in people. It just goes to show where your values are and where your heart is in the comments, because it just comes out, all of that venom, all of that hate that you have. I don't know why politics do that to people, but I'm telling you one thing, don't bring it over here, because I'm not with that. I'm trying to elevate in my life and go higher. And hate does not bring value to anybody. It's negative energy. All it does is create division and more hate, and I don't need that energy in my life. I also want to say this, I vote every 4 years. But I don't talk about who I vote for, because I have a job, and people will try to fire you when you don't vote how they think you should vote. So I have to protect my job, and I have to protect my family. So that's why I don't discuss who I vote for. I have to protect myself. Everybody has to make the decision on who they want to vote for. And I'm not opposed to anybody voting differently. But I will be bringing a lot of topics about the working class people and stories about the working class people. So that's what I'm about on this channel. Just wanted to talk about the inauguration and what I saw and some of the changes and promises that Trump will be making. He talked a lot about what he's going to do about immigration, and he's going to be making sure that our borders are safe. And I am all about making our borders safe. I don't want to talk a lot about immigration either, because we know it brings out a lot of hate in people. I enjoy talking to you all very much in the comments. I read all of them. I don't mind comments, just long as they're respectful and not demeaning. I'm not opposed to people having different opinions. Just do it with respect. But I'll talk to you all later in the comments.